In the last lesson, we learned about JSON, how to read, write, and work with data in JSON format. In this lesson, we are going to build a complete mini project. This is the final lesson of this Python course, and I want to start by congratulating you. If you have followed this course from the very beginning, from installing Python to writing your first Hello World program, all the way to working with JSON and external libraries, you have come a very long way. You should be proud of yourself. Now, it is time to bring everything together. In this lesson, we are going to build a student management system, a complete working application that a teacher or a student administrator could actually use. This project will use variable and data types, functions, lists and dictionaries, loops and conditional statements, file handling, JSON for data storage, exception handlings, object-oriented programming with classes, external libraries, which are colorama and tabulate. Everything you have learned in this course in one project. Let's open the terminal and go into our working directory. Before we write a single line of code, let me explain what our student management system will do. I prefer using Google Docs for planning projects. Let me create a Google document. The system will have 5 features. The first one is add a student. That is, enter a student's name, age, and scores for 3 subjects. The second is view all students. Display all students in a neat table with their averages and grades. The third is search for a student. That is, find a student by name and display their details. The fourth one is delete a student, which is remove a student from the system. The fifth one is view class summary. That is, display overall statistics for the entire class. All the data will be saved in a JSON file, so it is always there the next time a program runs. This is how real applications are planned before coding begins. You decide what the program will do, then you build. Let's create a new file named studentsystem.py. Switch to insert mode. Then let's build the project step by step. Press escape, then save. Let's run the file. You can see the main menu has appeared with a colored header and all 6 options listed clearly. Let's start by adding some students. Let me choose option 1. I will enter the name, age, and 3 subject scores for the first student. You can see the success message in green. Student has been added successfully. The menu appears again automatically. Let me add a second student. Let me choose option 1 again and enter different details. Good. Let me add 2 more students so we have enough data to work with. Now, let me choose option 2 to view all students. You can see a beautifully formatted table showing all the students with their names, ages, scores for each subject, average, grade, and pass or fail status. The pass status is green and the fail status is red. Now, let me choose option 3 to search for a student. I will type one of the names I entered. You can see the student's full details displayed clearly. Now, let me choose option 5 to view the class summary. You can see the total number of students, how many passed, how many failed, the class average, the highest average, and the lowest average. Let me test the delete feature. Let me choose option 4. I will type a student name. You can see the success message. Student has been deleted successfully. Now let me view all students again to confirm that student is gone. You can see the table now has one fewer students. Finally, let me choose option 6 to exit. You can see the goodbye message in green and the program exits cleanly. Now let me point some important things about how this project is built. The first thing is separation of concerns. Every function has one job. The load student function only loads. The save student function only saves. The add student function only handles adding. The view all students function only handles viewing. This makes the code easy to read, easy to test, and easy to update. The second thing is input validation. Before saving anything, we check that the name is not empty. The age is a valid number and the score is between 0 and 100. If anything is wrong, we show an error to stop. This protects the data from being corrupted. The third thing is the while loop in main. The program keeps running and showing the menu until the user chooses to exit. This is the standard pattern for menu-driven applications. The fourth thing is persistence. Every time you add or delete a student, the data is saved immediately to the JSON file. So the data is never lost even if the program closes unexpectedly. Let's check the JSON file to see what the data looks like. Let's open the studentdata.json. You can see all the students' records stored neatly in JSON format, exactly as we decided. Let's quit. Now, let's push the finished project to GitHub. Let's go and check the GitHub. You can see that the project has been pushed. Anyone who visits your GitHub repository can now see this simple student project system that you built. Let me take a moment to summarize everything we have covered in this entire course. We started from the very beginning, installing Python, running scripts, and understanding how Python works. In the beginner session, we learned about foundations, which are variables, data types, strings, numbers, user input, conditional statements, loops, lists, and dictionaries. In the intermediate section, we went deeper. We did functions, scope, return values, modules, file handling, exception handling, list comprehensions, tuples, and sets. In the advanced section, we learned about object-oriented programming, which are classes, objects, attributes, methods, and inheritance. We worked with external libraries using pip, and we learned JSON for data storage and exchange. And in this final lesson, we brought everything together in a complete working application. You now have a solid foundation in Python. You can read Python code, write Python programs, organize your code properly, handle errors gracefully, work with files and data, and build real applications. But I want to be honest with you, this is just the beginning. Python is a very deep language, and there is always more to learn. There are libraries for web development, data science, artificial intelligence, machine learning, automation, and much more. The best thing you can do from here is to keep building. Take what you have learned and build more projects. The more you build, the more comfortable you become. All the code from this course is in your repository. That is your portfolio. That is proof of what you have learned. Thank you for following this course from the beginning to the end. I hope it has been useful to you. Keep coding, keep building, and I will see you in the next course. Bye.